What's up, people? Today we have a single man, long distance recon patrol over unfamiliar territory. We're going to go over how to recon and gain information about that territory and make decisions based on that limited intel on the fly. We're going to talk about how to maneuver as a single man across those open or concealed areas, being that you are by yourself. We'll talk about linear danger areas and how to negotiate those as a single man element, and just get out there and learn a few things. Our mission was, yes, we're going to keep going that way, so 90-degree angles. Do not observe the helicopter. Hear it go over, stay still. Wonder why somebody's shooting. Probably just because he can. Just went over my right shoulder and he flew far enough out of my field of vision that I wasn't going to see him unless I looked. We're going to continue to handrail this tree line at a distance. Note the location down over my right shoulder. We're going to go ahead and move up to a slightly better vantage point. Try this push right here. I'm going to push up to the edge, but not too much. Back off, because you always want to back off your cover and concealment so you can see. There is our, looks like another utility hut. Sit there a moment, take in what you're looking at. Notice how exposed in the open I am with the sunlight. Still cannot observe any movement. As far as tactics go, never assume that never base your decisions based on game mechanics as to whether or not someone is or is not somewhere. Always assume that you don't know for sure, especially when it comes to from a PvP perspective. You've got no guarantees, and we've all been. The AI can sneak up on you in remarkable ways, so just because of situational awareness not being up to snuff, so keep that in mind. Alright, that is not, we've noted that that's there, we've observed it as best we can, but it's not where we're going, so we're going to continue. We are almost on point to our phase line. Alright, so let's go ahead and post up and let us re-review. Okay, so to our direct west, or more or less, well, this is going to be more like northwest, but directly to the direction we are pointing right now is our crossing point on the river. This is more of a full-size river, so it's a complete and absolute linear danger area as far as the definition is concerned. So what we're going to need to do as a one-man is put in more pre-recon on that linear danger area in order to confirm that we're going to be able to make that crossing without getting wasted. Alright. I'm going to reevaluate my starting point here. We'll push it a little farther forward. What I'm going to do is we're not going to worry about the specifics of where we start off as far as the map is concerned, but rather as far as the viability of the crossing point is. Right. No need to run. You're just going to burn energy you need for the fight later, and or not getting too burned out. Okay, cool. Based on our knowledge, based on our pre-map knowledge and our visual observation, this is a bend. Hopefully it's just going to be a shorter crossing, but it could be no observable. As I say that, I hear things. Looks like it's going on in the airfield already. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take advantage of any kind of distraction that's going to cause. I'm going to do a hasty crossing. I'll post up on this bush here. I've already observed down there. I'm going to look here, push, peek, we're clear. I'm going to commit. I'm going to complete my crossing, blitz across. I'm going to take a 90-degree turn. I didn't plan out which one. I'm going to take another 90. And then I'm going to post up somewhere. Take a quick second, reevaluate, figure out where I am. And I'm more or less in line with where I want to be when I make that crossing. I want to cross probably within separate grids of that location. So the first grid to cross the road, then I'll go north and then hook west. Try to get some observation on the airfield while I'm doing so, and then I'll go from there. Given that that's currently engaged, check your weapon status. Good. And our 0 is still set at 100. Okay, cool. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and set off in this direction. Still have plenty of space to play with. Plenty of concealment. Okay, we start making visual observation here. There's your markings, identifying markings. So if I'm going to make this crossing, I need to go, and there you can locate, you got power lines. I'm going to push up this way. Because just by my seeing what I'm seeing, I know that I need to be a little further to the north in order to make this entry. Light, not good. I'm going to keep pushing. Now that guy's currently engaged. I do want to help him, but I also don't know what I'm getting into. And running in blindly is how you get wasted. Okay, cool. Accident circumstances do require dynamic approaches. But in this case, okay, we got our covered. We made that observation. I'm going to push out into the light. And we can see that hutch right there. But I cannot see any kind of at all. So we're going to go ahead and make that hasty crossing now. We're now going to be in visual. Definitely going to be able to be visually identified. And what is... We can hear him. He's further over here. See if we can get visual. Okay, no, we can't. We have now identified that the perimeter is wired, chain link fence, high altitude. We're not going to be able to get across that, so we either going to enter. There is what appears to be only two primary entrances. We're going to go ahead and push, in this case, the east side and try to come in the opposite direction. Now, we need to be sure we're ready to communicate, because either you come behind somebody and you scare them, or you come in front of them and you get shot. Either way, it's not ideal. But we're going to make this work. In this case, actually, what we can do is utilize our communication options. We're going to identify, because we have our Blue Force tracker here, we can identify who that is. We're going to go ahead and communicate. Hopefully he can get that information, but he appears to be quite engaged, which is also does not bode well for us coming in alone. Now we have an advantage here. These walls are high enough they're not going to be able to see us, but they might hear us. So we're going to go ahead and make our final combat preparations. We've already confirmed. And as you can see, we got extremely lucky. Just goes to show you how close you can get, and you won't be noticed, but it also goes to show you how close they can get and not be noticed. Go ahead and check this real quick. Standard nonsense. Still worth some money. If I need ammunition, it's not good ammunition. I will take all of that though. Checking again. Anything of value? No, we're good. Pushing up. I just got communication. No, it sounded like I got communications. I didn't. Alright. We're going to continue. Go ahead and pull this all the way out, because I need to be able to see if I turn this corner and there's some crazy element. You can see by looking across the way that there is another element, another facility. Looks like aircraft storage hangars of some kind, so they're included as well, so keep that in mind. We'll go ahead and poke this corner, stand off, hit. Notice how much more I can see already. Got long sight lines here, nothing there. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and push in. Check your right shoulder. Check that chain link on your left. I'm going to post here. I'm going to peek again. There's our friendly. So we know that it is likely that he has cleared up to this point, but clearly there's more where that came from. I'm going to push with. I'm going to try to meet up with him. On your 6! I cleared at least one over by the east side of the entrance, but I didn't see any more.
Yeah, I've killed like 20 of them.
I could hear like 2-3 grids away. I could hear.
Damn.
So how do we know he's gonna be there? Oh, you'll know. You'll know. Lychee is a good actually a very good food item, because it gives you hydration and energy rather than the other way around. I'm going to go ahead and try to... I know he's around, and he's confirmed that he's taken a sizable chunk of adversaries out of the picture, so we don't have to necessarily worry as much. We'll take a calculated risk and focus on taking some of this stuff off these guys. They don't need it anymore. We are going to actually, what we're going to do is post up over here. We've got some coverage, we know this. It's not best, but it's, you know, sometimes you just got to make it work. We're going to go ahead and utilize one of these, which these ones do give plenty of energy, but they also have a significant hydration kill to him, so we're going to counterbalance that in a minute. Go ahead and use the coffee as a substitute. That should get us back on track. I'll go ahead and reacquire that. It's not the big pieces of gear that win you fights, it's understanding the whole picture. It's going to get you where you need to be. Gauze, free gauze is always good. Free gauze is always good. It's not as good as the regular bandages, but unlike some of the other medical items, it's generally equal. Alright, more fluids. Luckily right now we're probably actually covered for that. And we also don't really have a whole lot of space regardless, so we're just going to have to let that sit. Or, rather, there's your answer. One carries less than the other, and this one has more charges. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. We're going to trans that out, swap that out, and there you go. We have enough food items, we don't have to take the rest, although it's always good to note that you're not just looting for now, you're looting for all the time, so let's keep that in mind. Okay, let's go get an evaluation going here, the rest of this area. Let's go ahead and link up with this guy real quick. Hey, yo, bro, do you have the storage key for the, what is it called?
The one that's here at the airport?
Storage shed key.
For the one that's here at the airport?
Is there only one locked door here?
Yeah, that I know of.
Okay.
But no, I don't have that. That's exactly what I'm looking for, and also to get kills here.
I may or may not have what I think that might be it. I may or may not have that key, so let's go find it. Where's this locked door of yours?
It's over here.
For your information, you want to know where I found it?
Is it not on a body?
Oh, it was on a body, but it wasn't here.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
No, it was. Let's see. Well, let's see if it works first.
Oh, someone beat us to it.
Yeah, I just opened it.
Well, where I found it was, if you look, I'll give you chords for it. Actually, it was.
It's got a really frequent drop rate if you just kill the AI. Like I found it like 3 or 4 times off AI.
Yeah, but I didn't find it anywhere near here.
I just got the Hangar 3 key, which is gold. I don't know what that opens.
A hangar. Actually, there's. Did you check the south side of the airfield? There's some hangars down there with planes in them.
Oh, I'm gonna go check that right now.
193-160 is where I found that shed key. 193-160.
Jesus, that's way out there.
And it's a place no one would ever look. No, that's just a freaking MOE, what's the barrel length? It's just an M4 with MOE furniture on it. I don't hate the FDE, though. That's actually kind of nice. I bet he just picked that up off an AI, actually, because it's just a Norinco M4.
Where are you guys at? I have 2 of these Hangar 3 keys if one of you guys wants one.
Sure.
I just dropped it there on the ground.
Hey, do you want the shed key then, or we'll do a swap?
No, I've already got him. Thank
Alright,
you.
okay.
Good luck, y'all.
Hey, you want the rest of that M4 or what? It's literally just like FDE, M-Lock furniture or whatever.
Yeah, I'll grab it up.
I mean, money's money, I guess. Here, let me drop one of these. I'll be nice. Here, have a coffee.
I appreciate it.
Underrated. Alright, let's go see if this shed... sorry, not this shed, because we just checked. Was there anything else in here with... Oh, wait, there's a blue box.
Yeah, there was, I think, red and yellow smoke in it.
Smoke's not a bad thing, right? I've never used it, though.
Yeah, I've never used it either.
And for that, well, that seems more of a... No, I'm not going to say it's just a PvP thing, because you could totally use that in PvE. I bet you could block line of sight with that. Alright, let's go get this thing that we care about so much. Yeah, see those sheds on the other side there?
Yeah.
I'll bet you that's what we're looking for. Oh, I gotta do more cardio. So many freaking bodies.
It's really dumb, like, the slow respawn rate of some of these guys. Trying to get 20 kills here is going to be a nightmare.
Well, I mean, have you been to Hunter's Paradise? There's like 50 guys up there, and you're trying to... There's only like, you know, 10 bodies. And you got to get 20 kills. It takes like hours.
Oh, yeah. And I'm just also trying to get the key for the bunker near the base.
Right.
And I can't find that shit.
Well, as noted, it might be in some really weird place. Or maybe I just got close enough and I got it off a body and that counted. I don't know how that happened. Okay, nothing here that seems to be... Alright, let's find out where this other hangar is.
There's a unlocked key over here, or a locked room.
Gotcha.
Storage, something.
Oh, hello.
I forgot this key. I had it. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, this is a storage key, too.
Yeah, I forgot it. I think it's the office storage or something.
Nobody cares about... there's nothing really good in there. Looks like leftovers.
I don't know what that PLA Hangar 6 key opens. I can't find it.
You don't know which hangar, or...
Or Hangar 3. It's the gold one I dropped.
Yeah, I don't know either. PLA storage.
I've got that one.
Well, this is locked.
Well, yeah, I forgot it back at base.
Oh,
But
okay.
PLA 03. I don't know what that does.
Yeah, so that one, shed storage is not the same as storage. Okay, so there's two different...
storage is the one I opened over there.
Okay, so that's weird. Yeah, this got two door accesses there as well. Alright, well...
This is office storage.
Weird.
Sure.
Okay, well... That's nothing. Yeah, so, you'll notice that when you start interacting with other people, sometimes tactics has a tendency... Hey, you said PLA 3, right? Hey, yo, get over here! Back door, there's a back door. Although... I don't see anything. Why would they have a locked room and then there... I mean, it's not like, oh, somebody came in and took everything already. There's literally nothing here. Check the plane. So,
Yeah, I can't open anything on it.
Right, so why would they have a key without any obvious, like, lootable boxes or whatever? I mean, I understand if they have a room that's, like, you can't open and there's no lock for it. I get it, you know, they haven't added that or whatever, but why would they not have... That's weird.
Maybe it's one of those, like, it's going to be added in later kind of things or some shit like that.
True, or there's a specific piece of objective equipment in here that doesn't spawn unless we have the mission.
Oh, yeah, maybe like the negotiator mission where you need to finish all that with a key.
Or the guy you're looking for Lab Rat at Hunter's Paradise that got executed and the letter doesn't spawn behind him unless you have the mission.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Alright, well, that was interesting. Don't you dare! Oh, that scared me. Now I just need to actually find the one other reason I came here for the freaking fuel trucks. I haven't even been doing my job.
Yeah, it's over here on this side. How many more do you need to get, or
I think
is this
all
last
three.
one?
No, all three. I came in from the east. I came in from the east side, so I didn't even. Actually, to clarify, I didn't fly in. I walked in.
Oh shit!
But that's how I found that storage shed key on that random place that nobody ever checks. Hey, yo, we figured out that PLA-3 thing.
Yeah? Where is it?
It's on that building, but there's only a single door on the opposite side.
Oh, what was in there?
Nothing. Not even...
Oh,
no.
wow.
So, okay, let me put it this way. Not only was there not any... Like, somebody would already been in there and everything had been looted, right? There weren't any chests at all. There was not a single lootable item.
It's probably for a quest.
Yeah, I
I'm
assume
guessing.
so. Yeah, some kind of unspawned equipment or something.
Yeah, definitely hold on to it.
Oh, I always hold on. The only time I give stuff, the only time I let go of a key is if I have a spare.
Yep, same.
Actually, I was looking the freaking Discord. There's like a, I don't want to call it a black market because it's obvious, but there's like a exchange for keys going on now.
Oh, I'm not surprised at all. Some of these keys have been hard as shit to farm.
Well, especially with the how long it takes for some of these bodies to respawn. Sure.
Yep. All right, I'm going over to Midnight Sapphire. Good luck.
Peace. Okay, so now we've now confirmed we've gotten all of those, so we are free to leave here. Obviously, we would like to check for more stuff, but you always want to make sure you're metering your loot lust, as it were. Focus on not just written objectives, obviously. Now we've got some action. I'll keep that in mind that I just saw that. I'm gonna go book it over here. Help these guys out. Keep in mind if they're shooting people there could be more in the AO. How many? And where are they? Coming up on your shoulder.
I think the other guy just took him out.
Copy.
I got two of them.
Alright, so now that we have that, before we go back and check the rest of that area, let's see if we can uncover these, the LZs we're looking for. And boom. That's one LZ. I'm assuming the other LZ is on the east side, correct? Or is there only one LZ?
It's about southeast. Let me see my map.
So if I'm coming off the landing strip itself, it's just to the east of that?
Yeah, 185, 156 should be Golf 2.
Copy. Alright, I figured as much. And is that the only two options? Or is there a third one?
There's a Hotel 2, which is at 179160, but that's a little far off from the airfield.
17916. Okay, yeah, copy that. 162. Yeah, alright, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so now we have our context. We also know that this place, when it has enemies in it, is very thick. So we need to keep that in mind. We have our exfil point. We're going to utilize it. We're going to go ahead and check just a few more things. Notice how much it took to do that. Let's go ahead and break contact a little bit. Relocate. We're going to push up to the wall. Post up here. I'm going to go ahead and do an automatic reload, guaranteed. Take a quick second. We know for a fact that we need to plus up our magazines. Thankfully, that only takes us a few seconds, although it normally takes more time in real life. Not complicated, it just takes work. You'll notice I didn't need to max my zoom completely. I just needed functional levels of zoom to accomplish the mission. Now we're going to go ahead and push up. You'll notice both of those guys were wearing helmets and body armor, so that's an expectation we need to prepare for. They're also all starting to rock optics here as well, so keep that in mind. And they are packing a decent amount of consumable items, fluids, hydration, energy, etc. So keep that in mind. Knowing your enemy isn't just about stats and numbers and all that kind of stuff. So that fire sounded like it was coming off of that airfield we just came off of, so that's not the thing I'm going to personally worry about right now. We got an AK-74. I'm going to go ahead and take that because those can make a little bit of money, and we are already maxed out on all our other gear. Note what kind of weight it's setting me at. I just peeked at that, so that is going to affect my performance. So we need to consider what that's going to do to our energy levels, our hydration, how fast we're going to move, how fast we're going to burn out, right? In this case, that's not even a cheap... Okay, so I see what's going on there. Interesting. Don't tempt me with coffee. And now we've begun to locate... Okay, cool. If there's anything else in here of significance. Obviously, if it's objective oriented, it's not going to take off because I don't have any of those activated at this point. But always keep your eyes open for these. Now, what is this? Okay, it is a... It's a freaking MFAC. It's a free MFAC, which those cost about 200, so that's actually rather valuable. So what we're actually going to be able to do now that we have that, is I'm going to preload this with some stuff that I already have, and then now that saves us a slot and gives us an extra spare medical item. I'm going to swap out that. If I don't have the space, always plus up to higher numbers, right? So there we go. And that is going to be good for us there. Alright. Again, I don't know why you would have... I haven't seen word processors and spreadsheets like that. Passenger ID, flight numbers. I bet you this might be a objective at some point. Look at some of these names. Samophony. Interesting. Oh, yeah, I haven't seen a word processor. That's 95. Yeah, sheesh. I'm actually quite impressed that they managed to render that the way they did. That's ridiculous, actually. That's amazing. It's one thing to render a fake operating system on a screen. It's another thing entirely to splice a real one that you have real life context for. and then splice that on there to the point where it might as well be the real thing. Alright, interesting. Okay, cool. So we've already more or less cleared that portion of the terminal down. We're basically where we started out when we entered in the first place. So we know that there is a, in this area over here, we know for a fact that there is at least one container over in that corner. So let's just do a quick sweep. Again, we know that this area is mostly cleared, but we also ran past those that entry point, that controlled entry point on the way out to that that controlled entry point on that way to the airstrip over there, and we turned around and they came back. We came back and they were right there. So you really can't count on the spawnings of these guys to not screw you over and suddenly boom, now you're dealing with who in the heck knows what, right? So that's a consideration. Any kind of vaulting or climbing in this game is practically non-existent. So don't expect there to be a whole lot of acrobatics, which is a good thing, because I'm sure they will definitely get a little bit janky and glitch you out and get trapped. As previously stated, I've fallen through the world before. I've had my body, which was retrievable, be inaccessible. So you gotta have to... Obviously there's tactical considerations, but there are technical ones too. So one thing that I always do when I'm doing this is I strip everything except for maybe my I strip everything except for possibly my what is it called, safe box, items in my safe box. I strip everything off every single time I come back, every single time I'm logging out, so that I don't lose it from that. Take note of where all this stuff is. Remember that location, because obviously that's open and accessible. That doesn't even require any kind of keys that we're aware of. Okay, we've cleared this AO. As far as we know, we've done our objectives. Check this door. Push in. Note possible objectives, possible locations for... That's interesting. Some medical elements here, I wonder. And that is like a potentially an organ transportation or some kind of temperature controlled container there. Again, some random food items, random medical. Strange that that guy's all interesting. Okay, speaking of which, see if we get anything here. Pain meds. Those basic tourniquets are garbage in the fact that they take up one whole slot, but a free tourniquet is a free tourniquet, so that's something to consider. I generally grab those in the gauze all the time, and to ensure that I'm not burning my good stuff if I don't have to. There's a sizable chunk of potential lootable elements here, so that's good. I just noticed something that I'm now curious. What? Prescription, yes, we know. Clopidogrel, CH, hydrogen sulfate. Okay. Probably talk about that from a medical perspective later. Alright, so we've done our job. Whenever you do that, take the time to actually consider, breathe, consider, don't overreact, but be prepared to move. Fast reflexes are important, but thinking clearly is more important. Alright, cool. So we know more or less where they are. We've heard them, and now we've got more where that came from. Notice how my character immediately started breathing fast even when he didn't even get hit. Interesting. He's moving. Get prepared. Interesting. Smooth. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. Let them do the running around freaking out. And notice I could feel it. I was practically out at that point. Controlled fire is important, but obviously you want to get that guy down as fast as possible. Notice now it's silent. No noise. Plus up magazines. Okay, we're good. But let's go ahead and consider that again. Why were they so excited? What do they have to be excited about? Probably because they were meeting me. I'm sure that was enough. More basic entry-level optics, more fluids, etc. Decent options if you want to save the stuff you do have. But okay, cool. So we've covered those, we've cleared those. Let's go ahead and prepare. We have that one other exfil point. Probably be a good idea if we discover that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually book it back the way we came. Now, going back the way you came has a big plus and a big minus. If you come back through your entry point, you're already familiar with it, so you have that advantage going for you. But going back the way you came also means that if there is anyone trying to pay attention to your track you, or they've encountered you and they know which way you came in, that's a element of knowledge that they can use against you. They can set up to ambush you. They're going to default to checking that if they lose you, because they know that, well, that's where he came from, so that's probably where he's going, right? So just keep that in mind. Gonna break contact, re-observe. There we go. Get a little extra control, hold, and slowly depress. One shot. We got one more, we got two more. Adjust fire. Be prepared to engage. Stand back off the cover. Poke. Okay, break contact, because now we've got potential flanking action going on. When you are egressing rapidly from a location, make sure you're not running in a straight line for too long. Makes an easier target. Remember, you have a ranged weapon. Use it to its advantage. One down. We know of one, maybe two more out there. Try to get observation on him. And there he is. It's fine, you didn't need those earmuffs anyway. Those bright colors make it easy to identify those guys. So you don't know where I am. You know I'm here, but you'll find me. Okay. Use that for logic, kid. There he is. Doesn't know where I am, huh? Those Russian helmets they're wearing are listed as level 1. It means they'll stop fragmentation, but no direct impacts from so much as a 9mm. Don't bother picking them up. Don't bother wearing them. Okay, more light chi. Is there any kind of space optimization we can do really quickly here? We can go like this. We'll go ahead and pull that right there. Cool, awesome. No keys of note. This guy's got a XPS, which usually worth a little bit of money, but in this case I'm not gonna. My priority is to exfil ASAP, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's check this guy real quick. Checking left, checking right. Alright, let's go ahead and exfil then. get out of here while we still have a shot. Again, remember, also, it goes without saying that with the game's technical issues, you're not just fighting the AI, you're not just fighting the desires of other players, etc. Interesting. 4N versus a 4M. MOA doesn't matter in this case. It's going to be mostly a matter of... So the 74N does not appear to have a optics rail. So odds are this one dropped the N. The M is probably going to be more valuable just at a glance. So we'll go ahead and take that. Alright, cool. We're good here. And notice a lack of access at this point. We have to enter. So you'll notice how the maps can lie to you, right? So we're looking here. It looks like there might be access here at this corner. And in this case, we have that very small entryway right here, which is great. Unless, of course, you get funneled. Alright. As we can see, we are dealing with more technical issues. So what we're going to want to do is locate any remaining, and we're going to want to exfil ASAP. Now, the way this game has been, you can be janky all day long and still not screw you over, and then sometimes it can be running fine and suddenly crash hard on you. So, just keep that in mind regardless. Okay, before we take off here, we're going to go ahead and do one last weapons check. And we're good. Alright. And we're going to want to head across the road, aim for the edge of that airfield, and then shoot straight to the southeast. Keep in mind, we have not checked that location yet. They may very well be adversaries at this location. It's an unknown. And wow, would you look at that. Notice what they just did there. They stood more or less in a line, made it easier for me to penetrate, and basically I couldn't miss at that point. When you are patrolling, and I'll probably go over this at some point, it is imperative that you stand staggered apart from each other. Otherwise that will happen. And you'll notice how far apart they were, but when they lined up like that, game over. Alright. Same thing I like to do, I like to strip the T1s with the mounts directly off. So instead of buying a whole rifle, I'm essentially selling a whole rifle, I'm just selling those. Safety, great. Okay, and we have now discovered our LZ, despite the fact that we're still a grid away from it. Go figure. So now, I'm going to go ahead and call that right away, because regardless of what I may or may not get into...
Negative. All birds are currently dispatched.
And there's your other problem. In this case, I did call the wrong one.
Negative. All birds are in the air.
Despite the fact that you can only see 3, and we know for a fact that there are 4. Let's try that one last time.
Roger. Raven is in the air and heading to Gulf 2.
Keep in mind, that's another thing you have to account for, whether going against humans or AI. You can't count on a fast exfil at all. You can't count on an exfil at all, period, with the amount of requests you're going to be getting. So just keep that in mind. Notice that this foliage you're dealing with here isn't conducive to flight, but we now have, and I am standing right on top of it. This is considered good enough. So they're not always going to be as obvious as some of those in the starting cities, such as Falang. In this case, this one is relatively small. So what you're going to want to do while you're waiting up for your exfil, and that is interesting. We have a minute 40. Let's go check this out. We got a crashed or forgotten or disabled plane, looks like, over here. This is an unknown. We are running on a limited time budget here. So we have to...
Raven reporting. I'm on my way. ETA, 1 minute.
This will 1000% be a mission later, but because I've been paying attention, I know exactly where it is. Alright, let's go ahead and exfil back. We got 1 minute. Or 13 back, as we like to say. Seconds. So,
Raven here. I'm moving out. ETA, 30 seconds.
in relation to your position, here he comes. 20 seconds. You're going to want to use the foliage, not necessarily by hiding in it, but so much as using it as a visual backstop to hide your shape. When you approach the helicopter, 90 degrees, come from the side.
I'm at the LZ. Hurry up and get in.
And successful.
Ready up. We're taking off.
Where the pay is good and the risk is high.